Hello once again. Welcome. This is Warden Dragon here. I have a few stories to tell you about the dark stuff, which has become more relevant in the teachings of Starseed, BS, and everything else. I sit here today as divine intervention given to me to be alive by yours truly, Heavenly Father. I don't worship him, but I go to him. He's a good go-to person if you need help and talk to. I talk to him all the time. He don't have no problems. And we'll get into that. All right. 545 Drave. I'll start with that one. This is the oldest one. Excuse me. I wake up in dreamland approximately 16 years ago. And I'm waking up in dreamland, astroputney I like to call them. And I'm looking around and it looks like I'm in a city that just got hit by a nuclear bomb. And there's a few survivors, believe that if you will. And we were being picked up by these demon-winged fallen angels with wings and sword tails. And they were in scantily clothing. They were cute, but, you touch one of them, man. I think Father would disapprove. The Father of reality. The first one to multiply. And he's been in my dreams in the astral plane. He brought us to a church. They brought us, these winged demons, to a church. I was like, cool, maybe the church will get some leverage here to get this one and be done with him. No, that was not the story. I get dropped off, and they took their place on the thrones, and beside a double on both sides. It's a mist, a hazy dark cloud, a black cloud. In this corner of the room, I could not see past him. It was that big, it was that dark. And these winged demons were on the altars. One on the right, one on the left. And I was waiting for someone to say something, but I'm like, all right. I'm getting into this. I talk to Father every day, so you know what I did next? I raised my hand when no one was speaking. When I got up, it was heavy energy on me. Dark. It just felt miserable. I stood there, though, and I cited, he was talking to me, how dare you, whatever, this, that, or that. I'm like, no, this ain't working that way, cowboy. You're done. And I'm going to do something about it. I raised my hand, but it was self-guided power within me. I hereby remove you from the existence of the world and thereafter, and everything you seem to think to do to be no longer a problem to anybody, including me in dreamland and getting beat up. He screamed. Yeah. And then I wake up. And everything's okay. The reason I say that first because that was first. And then I talked to Father. I asked him, like, he came to prove what had happened in dreamland. And not to use, I could use that energy as protection. And my dream teacher was given to me. The dream teacher said, when you get trapped like I've been, prior to that, I'm waking trapped up in a dream, everybody's having a good time with me, and I can't do nothing about it. That was until I talked to Father. That changed everything. So I'm out there, right? And I wake up in this bar. I see Lucifer going, he goes like, you want to bless him? Go ahead. Go for it, he goes. I did. I said, by the power of God, I bless you, devil. He didn't say nothing, but he kept walking. There was a pool table there he was walking up to. And then he fell short of my vision. And then I went to walk out, looked at the table, the teacher was gone. So I walked out the door. These gremlins were tearing my car apart. I said, by the word of God, you guys are breaking some laws here. I'm not dealing with it. And I sat somewhere, and they put my car together, and I hopped in, and I drove off a little bit. And I wake up. That was another one. But prior to but the gene teacher afterwards, I wake up and I was trapped, couldn't move. So I remember what the gene teacher said. I'll let the flow of that energy, that love, flow from me. Energy cannot be contained. It cannot be stopped. Not too easily, anyway. And let that energy flow from me, and I wake up, or I got out of every trap. This must have happened about 4 to approximately 5 times. I woke up and I kicked the gremlin's butt. One of them screamed when I blessed him and I put my hand on him and I put love energy into him. Only then did he make a ruckus. So I got a hold of him like this, right? Bear hug. And I woke him up and I woke up. Here's this true story. Kid you not. Jesus came to me. But he didn't do much. Well, when Father came, then I heard this gremlin I had, and then I started to wake up. And this gremlin started screaming. And when I woke up, a poof, he took off, scared, and I had him. And Father took care of it from there. So that's my story on that. Just a little bit more. All right. So that's the help I was getting. And I still do it today. But I don't dream of any bad dreams since the 4th or 5th time he tried to get me anymore. I'm not fun. I'm too powerful for him. Because I simply take God's love and throw it back at these people. Don't underestimate the power of love. Before I dig into any more of the dark stuff, some of the Federation of Light know that got this or that protections. Forget it. It's like this, people. If you're to be born again, forget it. So why don't we do this in practical terms here on Earth? We'll have first graders, right? And once you're done with that class, we have to die and come back to do the second one. When we go from second to third grade, we have to die, come back and do the third level. This is a self teaching about what we're doing here on Earth to learn. You set up for a set of curriculum you want to learn, just like in classes here at school. So either they're wrong or our schools are wrong. Do the math. It don't smell like it should be something we should listen to from these people, or the Federation of Light, or the Galactic Federation, because they simply are witnesses of false prophets. Simple as that. That's my alpha. That's been my gripe. So by doing all this dying coming back, man, let's be real, that ain't right. Ain't true. All right. NDE. And my NDE. What the time frame? The 5:45 at age about 38. And when I woke up, let's see. When I woke up from Amy, that was 15 years ago. And then she was there in Dreamland and saying I need to be treated with love. I need to be treated with love. She came to me and told me that. So this is like the second round of meeting her. She only came once. I felt the presence one day after me and Amy were done, my second wife. And she came to me and says, "You're free. Find someone that loves you." I wanted to take her home, you know. She's been there in the toughest times, helping me through this, to understand and calm me down. Kid you not. She's a babe. As simple as that. And then from that moment up until my death, saw her after that for 15 years. And then in my NDE, my last story here. My NDE. So they got me on the table and they put the mask on me. And they stopped my heart rate in some fashion, one at a time, whatever that was. And when they did that, that moment I popped out somewhere. I'm around this pond with bricked up and goldfish and stuff in there. It was dark. This guy come and starts saying, "You need to do this. You need to." I'm like, "No, I got command of it." No. not going to do this. I'm going to outrank you. And I wanted to go around their side of the pond and maybe grab him once, but the dark-haired lady returned again. Was not expecting her because she's not been there in 15 years, and there she was again. She put her hand on my left shoulder, and she stopped me like, just kind of grab like that. And I was like, oh man, who's this? And she walked in front of me, quick in the corner, a little bit to my side, a little bit in front. And she starts speaking. He said a couple words, of choice words to her, and then she left him have it. She's got some spark, man. When they need the word spark in the lady, she's got that. But all hats off from me to her. And she's been there, and I start waking up, ran him in the tube. Father was to my left. Beyond him were the people he's talking to. Say what they could be angels or guys, depending on the way you want to say they are. They're all special nature. They were there for our Father. So I'm going down this tube, and towards I was listening, looking, and it was all bright, and it wasn't the blinding bright, but it was lit up in this tunnel. And all of a sudden, I hear a guy go, "You ready to go back?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. I'm ready to go back." And I wake up, and I was sitting there, and the nurse talked to me a little bit. "How you doing?" And there was a message from the nurse. So the doctor came in there, that stopped my heart and put it back to rebooted me. He said it went real easy. He said, "We shut you down. We restarted you. And one shot. I'm back in power." Well, my heart at that time was at 24% beating power. Kid you not. Doctor was freaking out. He wanted to keep me going, and that he did. My hats off to my two doctors. I better not say anyways. But the one saw there could be also a rhythm, and the one that did Dr. Buckler from Oconia and Dr. Olson. And to save my life is why I'm still here today. They saw the problem and they knew and helped me out. Pretty cool, huh? And, there was another time, 2 more times. Well, the one I don't remember, other than I got in the tunnel and wait wide, was some talking about, "You ready to wake up?" I said, "Sure, again." And the third time, when I woke up in this tube, I didn't hear nobody said ready to go back, but maybe there was some dialogue there that I don't remember that well, that one. Well, what I do remember about it, darn throat. A trickling water. It's like being dumped with a pail of water over your head. But love energy from the body. Yeah, pains and aches. So I felt my body and my pains come back. And then it was suddenly, when I felt like totally done with that, then I woke up. It was a pretty well experience feeling that come on me. But it came in little V's on me, and it was trickling down. I wasn't quite all the way trickled down, done, but that's when I woke up. So, them are my stories. Thank you for coming to my channel. This is the third try doing this video to remember everything. I get it written down here. Let me look. Oh, there's one. I wrote it down. Let's just say, about 2 years ago. Some people say you have to die to get these NDEs of total blood bliss. This is not true. That's total hogwash. And don't believe the ones say they see everything, because they haven't seen it repeatedly. I will never say anything that is real. I see to you. I tell you right now, take what I say, forget if you wish, but remember the stuff I did. But talk to Father every day. Remote view. I remote view animate. That's animating myself. Been able to do that since 13. And Father came to me at age 5 and said I was okay and calmed me down. I was cheering. I don't remember over what. I think it was being and Dad got into it. I was doing something I was supposed to. I'd never do that. And he came there and called me. And then at age 13, I felt like someone was just so close to saying something through my lungs, through my vocal cords. And guess what? I did. I talked to someone. So then I was like, all right, what can we do? Can you answer questions? It's like, no, we will not talk to you until you're 40. You're too young. You're too young to go through this right now. And you will forget. Guess what happened? I was wondering how the channel at about age 40. And all of a sudden it hit me. And then I went through everything. Because I asked for a dream teacher. I prayed 6, 7 months to hear who I hear. And then it came. I prayed. That's how it came. I kid you not. And I got everything I asked for. I go to him and call him times. But that 20 minutes of pure love when my veins went away, I was like, what's this? And then I felt the love. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. He said, you're fine. I wasn't sure about my path I've been on. And I started to worry about it. And he's like, there's nothing you cannot do. There are no limits. You can understand everything. There are some things that you cannot comprehend. That is false. You can comprehend everything. And this is spoken to me by the word of Father, directly. If some of you don't like that, it's too bad. Go bitch with the Father. It's off my hands. He chose me to say the message, and there it is. But that made love a 20 minutes, and that was amazing. I felt the calm of like, you're cool. I like you a lot. I'm here for you because I love you. And I will leave with that. A message of love. Don't forget, say hello to that person, open the door for them, just elder. Well, if they look at you cross or funny, one day they will go home. They'll think of the nice kindness you gave them, and maybe be like, thank you. At a later time. Don't let anything get you down. Our loving Father, He's got our backs. We're all good. We're all okay. Because we're all His children. The children of love. Peace out, everybody. Get you there. Thank you. This is Warden Dragon saying goodbye. There we go. I lost the program. Bye-bye.